Hello, C++ programmers. Welcome to C++ Programming Spring 2026 at Fresno City College. This is our class. I should have it published after I record this video. Ways to start is go to modules and go to this discussion and complete this discussion. Just click reply here and tell me that you are a real person. This prevents me adding fake students that are disguised as bots. This has been a real huge deal. It's basically a financial aid fraud scam, and I need to make sure that you are a real student. So do this as soon as possible so that I know that you are real and you are not a bot getting financial, just fraudulently enrolled, trying to get fraudulent financial aid. All right. This is a zero textbook class, so this is our textbook. It's HTML. It is really very, very good. If you are just new to programming, you might want to just start going through these modules and submodules one by one. Other than that, if you've had experience programming, I would recommend Intro to C++ or C and know the difference between the two. It's pretty nice. And then you will want to install an IDE. I think this is interesting here. There was a warning about installing VS Code. So my examples are going to be with an IDE called CLion. I will show you in just a second how to get CLion for free. I just updated my IntelliJ Educator license. I got a free license for 1 year, so it's wonderful. I will have to, I do have CLion currently installed on my machine, so I'll have to reinstall that. But anyway, back to VS Code. If you are you're working as a programmer right now and you're just coming here, to get some easy 3 credits or something like that, that's fine. If you're using VS Code, go for it. Good for you. But I agree with this. Visual Code is not a good option for C++ beginners, and readers have reported many different challenges getting Visual Studio Code installed and configured correctly for C++. This is even a challenge in my face-to-face classes, so what the heck. I use CLion, so that's what an IDE is. Well, that's my IDE choices. Okay, so it used to be that compilers would cost thousands of dollars 100 years ago, but now they're free, and now compilers are part of an IDE, integrated development environment. So we will code with an integrated development environment. I do have videos here, professor video on IDEs. These are a little bit long, but I think as I recall, I go through how to create the Hello World program. So let's go back to using IDEs and using AI assistants. I do recommend, and I'll be doing videos on this, I recommend that you use Gemini. And again, you're going to have to get a free student license to Gemini 3 Pro Plus, and it is really nice. So anyway, here's here's Gemini. This is a class about learning how to program. So for the assignments, the first assignment is create the Hello World program. So what I don't want you to do is to just have Gemini write your code for you. So create the Hello World program in C++. Okay, it will do a great job for you. Perfect. The only thing I would do here is I would say using mainspace std, and then I could get rid of the std. Otherwise, this is the Hello World program. So, but this, did I learn anything about C++ programming if I just submitted this and said, okay, I'm done, this is going to be an easy class? I mean, of course not. It's just like a foreign language class. I have an example here for you. I can use Google Translate. Google Translate, English to Spanish. Hello, or let's do welcome. Welcome, C++ programmers. Bienvenidos. I wouldn't say that. I would say, there's another word for welcome. It escapes me right now. But anyway, if I just say bienvenidos programadores de C++, do I know Spanish? Of course not. Maybe I could, memorize one sentence here, one small statement, but it doesn't mean that I know the language. So to know the language, I need to practice it. So that's the same thing with coding. You just need to practice it. So here's your activities. This is what you're supposed to practice. Work through chapters 0 and 1 in the course textbook. Watch and code up as many videos as you can. When you code up videos, you push them. There's a video on this. You push them to a remote repository on GitHub. I use a product called GitHub Classroom. It's connected to GitHub. You do need a GitHub account. It's free. All programmers have GitHub, and I even have some videos for you in the modules on GitHub. But anyway, so this is what you're supposed to do for the first module. And so reading that, studying it, trying to figure that out, I would recommend using your AI assistant as an AI assistant. So I am a new C++ programmer and need help understanding namespace, std, and variables. Okay, this is a lot different than just asking Gemini to create code for you. So it's going to explain things for you. So this is wonderful. I mean, it's better than my explanations, right? Absolutely, I will be replaced, by a bot here in a few years, but I think in the next few years, this is just what I'm going to be doing. But, beautiful. This is wonderful instruction on variables and namespace. So anyway, I want you to use your bot I want you to use Gemini. Just make friends with Gemini, because after you get through the midterm, which is fairly rigorous, let's say, our midterm you are going to create an object-oriented programming in C++, and you're going to use file IO, and you're going to organize a list of arriving animals. Okay, so when is that due? The midterm, it's due a little bit past the midterm. Let's see, the activities are worth should be 100 right here, module 6. Okay, so this is the big midterm programming assignment, Zookeeper's Challenge. This should be your goal. You should be able to understand, not only create this program. I wonder what would happen. I'll experiment with this. You know, if I just gave Gemini this prompt, I bet it could do it. I would have to give it the input, but I think Gemini, could do it in a flash. But anyway, that's obviously not the objective of C++. You need to demonstrate to me that you understand this, that you understand what C++ coding is about. Also, C++ is like the language to get a job with. You're going to hear some things, if you haven't already heard, you're going to hear some things about programmers. There's no room in the workplace for programmers anymore. I even have a colleague that says, oh, well, 90% of Google's code is created by AI. Well, all right, maybe, but how about that other 10%? I think the next 4 years, between now and 2030, that's when I think we'll have AGI, artificial general intelligence. That means we'll have an AI that will be able to do any cognitive task that a human could do. Teaching is a cognitive task. So when we have an AGI, absolutely that will replace me, right? I mean, why not? Why wouldn't it? So this is a cognitive task, me telling my students what they need to know. So when a bot can do that, I will definitely be replaced. Anyway, between now and 2030, let's say, I think that smart programmers are going to be needed more than ever. So anyway, that's just my take on that. Also, at the end of this class, you're going to feel pretty smart about programming because you're going to understand not only data structures, but memory allocation and things like that. Things that not even my Java programmers understand. Certainly not my Python programmers. So whatever you're taking this class for, if it's for a degree requirement, that's probably the reason you're taking C++, or if you're taking it for a job, let me know what your goal is in your class discussion. Okay, I'm going to end this discussion here so I can post this. It's about actually 8 o'clock at night on the 11th of January. I'm doing this. I try to limit my videos to 5 minutes. This one is 13 minutes, but if you listen to it in the end, good for you. And like I say, let's get started by posting to that initial discussion. Let me know that you're real. Also, I noticed I had 5 students on the wait list. I cannot add students. I cannot give an add authorization code until the class officially starts. I just tried to do that and I couldn't, so I will tomorrow. Also, on the home page here, I have a link to the free CLion IDE. Not only is this just CLion, but this is JetBrains. I just did this and yeah, it works. So I'm really excited about this. I do have CLion here. I also have IntelliJ. This is what I use for Java, and IntelliJ Ultimate. Wow. It sounds, haven't used Ultimate. I've been using IntelliJ Community Edition. It just works just fine, but I'll see what Ultimate does. Also, PyCharm. I use this for my CIT 95 Python class, so PyCharm Pro. So I'm kind of jazzed about that. I had to, if you go down this route, and I recommend it, just be patient. I did have to go back and forth with having an existing account and an email and things like that, but I did not have to open my pocketbook for this, and it looks pretty nice. So with that, again, welcome to C++ programming. I hope you have a wonderful semester here at City College. I am available online if you want to say hello to me. 10 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, I should have said 10 o'clock here. I need to say that when it is. So my Monday office link is at 10 o'clock. I'll update that as soon as I can. But at 10 o'clock, click on this link and I'll be here. You can say hello. Also, you can do the same thing on Friday. So other than that, have a great semester, and I will see you on the discussion boards.